64 terrifying cases at the coast of Australia alone is just the beginning. Kina, Oliver, Brandon are just a few who survived the impossible. So brace yourself, because you are about to see the most dangerous tales of survival from wild animal encounters. The dangerous waters of Mexico. Diving with a glass cage in shark-infested waters might not be the best idea.
I think they like my feet. They like it. It's exactly where I went for.
Because you never know what happens if...
There's a shark here.
Guadalupe, Mexico is home to one of the most aggressive primal forces of nature, the great whites. They are unbelievable carnivore hunters.
Oh my goodness.
He's got it.
He's got it.
So, will this glass be enough against such an apex predator? This shark has spotted him and instantly starts circling around him, judging the movements of its prey. And then she goes out of sight. Wait, it's here! With its lightning speed, she destroyed his protection. And now, no matter what, he's got to reach the boat. Otherwise, this is the end. He ultimately survived.
You ready? Yeah, just let me get my breath. Good. Holy.
Imagine watching a 3,000-pound shark breaking into the protection cage. Now there's only one question. Will the diver inside survive? Captured on the island of Guadalupe, everyone on the boat was terrified when a shark, following the bait, broke into the cage. It scuffled and struggled to come out. But this is a cage, and it's almost impossible to think that even this predator can possibly flap strong enough. At last, the shark was spotted getting out of it, but the real concern still lives. Was the diver inside all right? Because even one blow can be fatal. Moments later, they witnessed the unbelievable.
Somebody in the cage? Yes, somebody's in the cage. It's me.
He came out alive, uninjured, unscathed, though the shark got a bit wounded. The unbelievable Hawaiian Island, 2017. A team of researchers dove 750 meters down to the seabed, but predicting this, they couldn't have imagined.
We're at 750 meters. We found the whale carcass.
In 2017, in the depths of the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, the team Blue Planet dove to the seabed to study the whale's carcass. But what happened next shocked everyone.
An enormous 6-gill sharks. We estimate them about 6 meters long. Over.
To all their surprise, scavengers were here, and there were too many of them. And this is bad news.
They're fighting each other.
Because this competition is making them aggressive. Then it happened, what they expected not to.
Did you see this?
They see this sub as their enemy.
The submarine is very strong, but they're so big that I'm a little bit afraid.
And with just a couple of strikes, there's a crack in the glass. They are trapped. But soon, they decided to turn off their headlights. This proved to be the best move. It relaxed their nerves, and finally, let them get away. The gangs of New Zealand. Oliver and Kina in New Zealand are prepared for the risk as they dive into the dangerous waters of Shadowland.
I have to say, this is a pretty eerie place down here.
They understand that any situation can turn wild. As they dove in, they faced an unimaginable situation.
Drop your gun, you're in big trouble. Oh, what up? I've locked and loaded.
Ambushed by the apex predator, the hunting pack surrounded them. Oliver protected himself from the grinding jaws with just the tagging stick. These two fought valiantly for their lives, and in the end, they won and survived the impossible.
Okay, so that was pretty disappointing.
The wilderness in Stewart Island. Do sharks sense vulnerability? Well, there's only one way to test it, and Brandon is ready.
So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sharks, one with a bad attitude, and I'm ready to jump in there. I need my head checked.
But against this apex predator, is it really a good idea? No one knows. One solid tail blow, the great white tests its hunt. At first, she circles around Brandon, but as soon as he turns its back towards it, he appears to be an easy target, and she closes the distance. And now it looks ready. With 4,100 pounds per square inch of grinding jaw power, the shark tries to separate him from his protection.
The shark in the cage! Get him out of there! Get him out of there!
This is worse than anyone could have ever imagined. One floater is punctured, and if the other goes out, the cage would risk sinking to the bottom, leaving Brandon trapped. The terror of Guadalupe, Mexico. When you meet the gaze of an apex predator, your heart throbs and your eyes dilate with fear. Guadalupe, Mexico. He's home to one of the deadliest predators of the ocean. While cage diving, this diver cam captured remarkable footage when a great white started circling around his cage. Remember this stare? These are the eyes of a hunter. In no time, she sensed the vulnerability, and the very next moment, with a jaw power exceeding 4,000 psi, she tried to rip off the solid cage, trying to reach her prey. Will the protection hold on? Luckily, she changed her mind and backed off. Otherwise, who knows what might have happened? The horrors at Sydney Harbor. A perfect day for some swimming, but what happened next shocked everyone. With one high five, they were ready for their dive in the famous Sydney Harbor. But as soon as this guy jumped, he heard his friends shouting. Instantly, he realized this was a nightmare. A great white shark was rushing towards him. With every second, you can feel the scuffle. He's terrified, and he's spooked. I mean, this is Sydney. It shouldn't be here. Just before this apex predator could launch itself for a hunt, he brawled, and somehow, just somehow, he sent it away. Now was the time. He had to hurry back to the shore. This is the story of a man who literally fought a shark. Diving in Fiji, 2019. Witnessing a 1,400-pound tiger shark charging straight at you is the moment you realize the raw language of the wild. Fiji, 2019. A group of divers faced the most frightening situation, surrounded by shark shivers. When one launched itself, one of the divers guided it away. But it was not just one shark. From his blind spot, there was another assault. And this time, there's not enough time to resist. It has found a perfect hunt. However, the oxygen cylinder miraculously comes in the way. Watch this from another angle. The moment this shark comes for the hunt, divers collectively manage to save the day. Luckily, the shark was fended off. And just luckily, he was saved. The Gold Coast, Australia. Swimming in the open ocean might not always be the best idea, because you never know when Gold Coast of Australia, something extraordinary happened.
Are you kidding me, mate?
When a cage diver was about to return to his boat, but before he could hop in, he was met with this nightmare. Thanks to these crazy cage splashes which distracted this shark from him, Otherwise, there was no way he was going to survive. The depths of Aliwal Shoal, 2015. The depths belong to the one and only, the sultans of the ocean, the Great White. And if you think you can ride this apex predator, don't forget, you're in someone else's kingdom. Aliwal Shoal in 2015 witnessed a terrifying moment when a diver went too close to a great white shark trying to ride on this predator. But this was never going to happen. At first, the shark went away, but the next moment she came back for payback. It launches itself at the diver. Watch closely. In this situation, there is no way this person could ever protect himself. But luckily, she only warned him, making it clear she is really the boss. The menacing Congo. When cage diving became a story of horror. This encounter is a testament when you glimpse the untamed terror of being hunted down by a massive shark. In the Congo Wildlife Ranch, something extraordinary was captured. Imagine a 12-foot-long shark pouncing at you, with all of its razor-sharp teeth visible. This is simply unbelievable. Kayaking in South Africa. Dev is out fishing in the ocean, but things change when... This incredible footage is truly remarkable. Watch him. He was all unaware of the impending danger lurking on him. Just as when he thought he had caught something, he realized this was not what he expected. A massive shark bangs into the kayak, and now this was a crossroads. If he was going to survive, he needed to get back to his boat. This is the real struggle. Miraculously, he was back to safety. Watch him. These are the sighs of relief. The diver runs for life.
White! That's so pretty white!
This is extreme panic and unimaginable terror. And why not? Because facing a great white at such a close distance is just beyond scary. The depths of the ocean of Arniston, Cape Town, is home to nature's primal force. On August 27, 2017, a remarkable incident was recorded when a diver found himself in great trouble, as one of the apex predators came too close. You can hear just how terrified he is. Miraculously, his shout scared the shark away, but there's no guarantee that it won't come back.
That's so pretty white!
The nightmare is not finished. He had to get back to his boat ASAP.
Uit mijn amper gevreed. Spijt je het alweer gezien uit mijn amper geëet.
The impossible, Fiji. Imagine diving in the depths, and suddenly an aggressive tiger shark is there to welcome you. In Fiji, this remarkable footage recorded a moment when two divers faced a close encounter with this amazing predator. But while in the deep ocean, you have to be attentive every moment, because you never know when a shark launches itself at you. Luckily, this diver had good reflexes. Otherwise, with a jaw force of 325 pounds per square inch, it could have been lethal. The kayak flipper. Kayaking and fishing in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. This is Captain Ben, who's all through the adventure. But the ocean is an open kingdom, and you never know what just might come your way. Just while he was enjoying himself, he caught a fish, and nothing else would have made him happier. But to everyone's surprise, he was not the only one claiming that fish. A shark bumped into his kayak and flipped it. In a few seconds, the whole situation turned into a potential tragedy. Luckily, he survived, and no harm was recorded. Diver narrowly escaped. This is incredible footage of an unbelievable face-off. September 7th, on the coast of Perth, the brave Joe Petrovich dived for some spearfishing. But while you're in the deep, this is a kingdom far from your control. After all the reported cases, this is a very critical situation. A great white shark thought of him as an easy prey and launched itself at Joe. But he's one brave man. He pushed this shark with his spear stick, and honestly, he saved his life. Aggressive sharks at Elphinstone, 2017. This is yet another incredible footage. Divers in the deep face an immense challenge. A shark has spotted them, and for this predator, they are the perfect meal. But in this situation, this experienced diver handles the situation perfectly. He kept the light on its eyes, trying to blind the predator. However, it's not over yet. This hungry hunter is not accepting defeat. But finally, these divers manage this terrifying situation with just the perfect touch. Well done, people! The survival at Cayman Islands. When spearfishing goes wrong, it may haunt you for days. Meet this diver in the Cayman Islands. He's up for some fish catching, and he found a lionfish. This is a good catch, but for this shark, he is just an intruder, and he has something that this creature is looking for: food. In return, this predator is up for a fight. It backs off for a moment, but that's not all, because it's not over yet. Luckily, this diver has a strong survival skill, and he skillfully defends himself. He's a brave man. Making a shark quit is definitely something you don't see every day. Surviving the impossible. Today, even the cage is not safe to protect you from aggressive great whites. With all the agility and power, they are definitely bad news for you. Watch this footage. There are two divers in the cage, but this shark doesn't really mind that. They are lynched by some immense force, but luckily, the cage saves them this time. But you never know what will happen next time. Child fights with a shark. This is yet another incredible footage when a shark goes to war with a kid. But this kid is a hero. A kid diving for spearfishing encountered an unbelievable situation. When underwater, a shark tried to follow him and eventually tried to hunt him down. But this young guy with just his stick didn't freak out. Rather, he amazingly distracted the shark and saved the day. The Unprovoked Challenge. Today, swimming and diving are not even close to safe because you never know when and where you'll be surprised by a shark. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Watch closely. Just as the swimmer gets back after taking a breath, the shark is almost too close to him. And the very next moment, she grabbed his bag and went away. Probably she was looking for food and not really following him. But no matter what, next time you're out swimming, you better be careful, because you never know when things change. Hammerhead going to war. This is the moment when this guy felt the untamed power of the wild. A hammerhead goes all in for this kayak. But this guy's not here for the defeat either. Every time this shark tries to come closer to the boat, he is ready to defend himself. He has to make it to the shores. This is the real struggle. But he was all surprised when he realized that this predator is still following him.
He's still right out there.
Straight there.
In the end, he did make it to the shore safely, but watch his face. That smile is really hard-earned. Watch out! A moray eel! These inhabitants of the ocean are the tales of centuries past, but who would have guessed it's going to be a war? Moray eels are normally calm and curious. Watch them closely. She appears to be such an unharmful creature, but you better not misjudge, because once threatened, they are not going to back off. She is a dangerous opponent to have, because you cannot possibly forget its pharyngeal jaw inside. Watch it again. The diver is lynched by it, and now he's got to save himself no matter what. Charging Gator. What's better than quiet kayaking amid the upper Waccamaw? But while you're in the wild, what's waiting for you? Watch this incredible footage. Pedro, in 2020, is gone for some summer holiday, but this lake wasn't as uninhabited as it may appear. An alligator charged him with all its force, thinking of him as a perfect prey. It was so strong that it ended up tilting the whole kayak. Now it was all about how quickly he could get back to his boat, because he literally couldn't afford to be in this precarious situation for long. Luckily, he made it back to his boat, and with this, he just saved his life. Man escapes gator. Feeding a gator? This is a good idea, but until you get too close. In Colorado, a man decided to give a raw turkey to a gator, but perhaps this is undermining the talent of this creature. He literally snapped at him, and this was just his luck that he could make it back to safety. Watch it again and see how close he was to this immense gator. And at this moment, he better go for bigger prey. You better stay safe. Marlin flies. What is the last thing you would expect from your fishing trip? It's definitely this: running to save your life from a marlin charge. In Alaska, a fishing boat captured the most unbelievable moment. One of the fishermen thought that they had just caught something, but they didn't know what was coming for them. Just as they pushed a little hard, the agile marlin jumped out of the ocean and fell straight on their boat. If he hadn't moved just in time, this could have been fatal. It was so sudden that one of them even fell in the waters, trying to save himself. Well, one thing to be sure, the ocean is a real mystery. The fishing tragedy. Watch this man kayaking, and he thought he had a fish at the end of the line, but soon he realized it was not what he was looking for.
Oh my God! That's a big ass gator, buddy.
Yes, he literally caught a gator. With this reaction, we're better sure he was not looking for a big gator.
That is a big gator.
Luckily, he dropped the line in time. Otherwise, things would have been much more different. Polar bear looks man-hungry. Watch this observer. He's come prepared to observe the polar bears. But against this powerful predator, will this be enough? Unfortunately for this photographer, it headed straight at him.
Gee whiz. Really is why I've come here.
Watching an aggressive giant coming straight at you is no easy task. Here is reaction.
She's right here. Hey, bear.
But this is a point of no return. The bear approaches him, and one after the other, it's trying to get the cage open. If it breaks, its strong claws are bad news for this photographer.
One of the most powerful animals on the planet. One of the most intimidating animals on the planet.
Luckily, it stood solid, and now the bear has no answers. Even when it backed off, he still couldn't breathe. Honestly, watching a bear this close, that's the kind of moment when you realize the wild spirit of nature. Turtle tackles a swimmer. Turtles are definitely always the cutest and the calmest, but when you're in the wild, there's nothing forever. Watch this footage. Swimmers have found a wandering sea turtle, and there's no way one does not get fancy by their existence. But as soon as this person gets too close to it, this turtle is far more of a warrior than you'd expect. He literally pounced at him. Luckily, he had some good reflexes, as he instantly dodged it. Otherwise, that was going to itch for days. Lucky diver marginally escapes. An incredible moment was captured when a diver bumped into a shark's mouth. It's not every day that you see a shark in the live water, but this time, it's even more thrilling. Just when he was saying hello to his cameraman friend, from his blind spot, a shark almost sniffed him. Honestly, it looked like more than just an olfactory experience, but if it wanted to pounce at him, well, she had an ample opportunity. But luckily, all's well that ends well, and this guy did survive that. Orcas following the fisherman's boat. Imagine being followed by the ocean's most dangerous predator. In 2015, for the first time, an orca was seen to be following a boat. The way it moved gave everyone chills. And why not? There's not a boat built to withstand an orca's ability to destroy its target. They are way more dangerous than you think. Watch how close it got.
Right under us, still. Right there.
With its speed, it was impossible to outrun this wild ocean master. Luckily, it didn't pounce at them. Otherwise, things would have been much different.
Oh, dude!
Scuba diver tackled by grouper. Watch this grouper. It appears to be very calm. But you know what? While you're in the wild, it's a kingdom where nothing is certain. At the very next moment, it happened. That which he did not expect. The grouper, with its lightning strike, battered the diver. Luckily, it didn't harm him much. But after watching this, one thing is sure. Don't get too close to wild animals. Tigerfish fights intruder. Watch this diver. He's calmly filming a turtle, but soon realizes he has got some company. While he was all focused on this minuscule creature, he realized someone tried to grab his fin, and when he looked back, it was this, a tigerfish. But geez, that thing doesn't look to be in a good mood. Now for the record, don't judge them by their size. They get highly aggressive if someone enters their territory. And today, this diver is the unfortunate intruder. But as soon as he was out of its territory, this titan calmed down. Here, watch this remarkable footage. That's a titan tigerfish. Well, she has this name for a reason. Just watch her. One after the other. She's just unstoppable. See? That was too fast. I mean, what happened there, really? All right, let's watch this slow-mo. She takes the stance. And here, boom! I think that's what you truly call a face-off. Aggressive sailfish. Imagine being followed by the fastest fish in the world. She is a sailfish. And if you're its opponent, you cannot, hear me again, you cannot outrun it. Watch it go. She can swim up to an unimaginable 110 miles per hour. In Pingdane, Mozambique, a remarkable incident was recorded when a sailfish dragged an angler to the sea. And this footage is proof of the helplessness this man faced. It truly is a work of art, because its unmatchable speed is also its strength, and it can batter anyone. Humpback whale, protective mother. Watch this magnificent creature, a humpback whale. Just like other whales, they are not aggressive to humans. But beware, because with their size, there comes an absolute strength. Today, she's not alone. Just beneath her, there's a calf. And when the diver got too close, something thrilling happened. Watch this again. She slammed her pectoral fin on the camera. making it absolutely clear to this diver that he needs to stay away. This is the insane power of humpbacks. With just one push, she deterred him thoroughly. The aggressive leopard. Watching a furious leopard rushing towards you is to glimpse the soul of the untamed wilderness. In Botswana, Richard Jones and his crew found themselves in a rumbling. The dog's pack had made the leopard furious. He can't fight them all, so all he can do is take refuge in a tree. Soon, the dogs went away. However, the leopard was left with a pumped-up aggression. And then, just then, he sets his eyes on the crew. And before the crew could do anything, he rushes toward them. What you didn't see was Richard throwing a hat in an attempt to distract him. And fortunately, it worked, and they survived. Elk charges in on a family. Witnessing a 1,100-pound elk charging straight at you is the moment you realize the raw language of the wild. In Yellowstone National Park, some tourists experienced a thrilling moment. An aggressive male literally stormed at them, and now the only option is to run.
Here he comes.
Luckily, these people instantly found a guard behind the car's door. Otherwise, facing a grown elk with these strong antlers, that's always going to be bad news. Angry elephant. In the wilderness, the untamed gaze of a predator makes your heart throb and your eyes dilate. In the heart of South Africa, this footage captured what you may call one of the most powerful experiences of nature. At first, it seemed that this elephant herd was far off, but things changed drastically. An adolescent male charged the vehicle, and no matter how much the driver wanted to outrun it, he couldn't. Luckily, this guide kept his cool and instantly calmed the elephant, and soon, the danger was averted. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.